Hello, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about Racecraft and how you can go around getting good overtakes done, good defense done, so you don't end up in lots of scrapes and hopefully make lots of positions or hopefully defend your position. So I'm going to head over into the sim. We're racing the Formula Renault 3.5 and this week it is at Hockenheim. I've just finished a race and let's go have a look at a couple of the situations I got myself in. So what we're going to see here is a pretty simple pass. This is one that is just going to happen at the big hairpin. Now it's all about the setup here. So I got a good run out the first corner. I made sure I'd stay nice and tight through turn 2 so I get a really good run out onto there. I obviously got a little bit wild because I opened up my DRS and I got a slipstream down the inside of it. Now the issue he's made here is he's not defended it. Has given me clear rein, but then I've managed to get in, come a little bit deep, come across him, give a block to stop him getting on the throttle. So let's see that again from a little bit of a better angle. So here we are behind my car, and what mistake he's made in front of us is he's not gone defensive in the slightest. He's obviously got a little bit of speed coming down this straight and he hasn't tried to fight me. You know, there's absolutely no defence here, so it's really easy for me to sweep to the outside. If this was me, about now, I'd be going to the right hand side of the circuit to make sure he can't get down the inside, because if you get down the inside and you manage to get the car stopped well enough, you've got the high ground, and we'll go through that when I get there. So here we are, coming into here. I've got ahead of him before the braking, but I brake a little bit early, so it's really key, it's really important to brake a little bit earlier on the inside. Yeah, okay, he'll make up a little bit of ground and go around the outside, but it's fine. He can't turn in on me because I'm still there. We're very much in the braking phase, so I have to stick to my lane. He has to stick to his lane. And I will slow this down as we come into the braking zone. Now, he's gone quite tight, so I have to go quite tight. But what I can do here is I can get it up on the apex and then straighten the car up so that I go across the front of him, because at this point he could probably be starting to get on the power now, but because I've come across the front of him, he can't come on the power, so he's got to wait and then he can get on the power. By this point I've got ahead of him, and as you can see I'm starting to lose him from outside my view. So this one coming up is now a similar situation but against me. So I'm the leading car, defending from this Ferrari liveried car behind me. Now I know that he's quicker, I sense that a lunge is coming, so I have started to move over to the right hand side, given him the outside of the circuit, effectively given him the racing line, and then managed to get back ahead of him. So let's go back into a better view and see how that was pulled off. So here we are riding on board the Ferrari car, and look, see, as I said, I'm already pulling over. I know he's got a run on me, he's been fast for every lap, it's the closest he's been, so I start to go defensive. I know once I'm out here he is going to go to the inside, and part of the whole thing with when it comes to Racecraft and when you're defending or attacking is putting the person you are fighting against in the position you want them to be in. So he's closed in alongside me here, and if you've noticed, I've come back across. You see that? Look. From quite wide out, I come back across just to squeeze him. Because if I start to squeeze him, he can't go to the inside. I'm well enough alongside him that he can't go anywhere. The fact that he's on the racing line is irrelevant because we are in the position to have a move. So he can't pull across me again. I'm in my lane, he's in his lane, and he can't just turn across. If he just turns across me at this point, that is entirely his fault. So as you can see here, I've turned late. Barely started turning yet. And because I've turned late, he's had to turn late. So it's giving him a really bad exit, really bad entry to the corner. He's on all the dirty stuff on the outside. But then again, the same as with the last move, I chop across to just delay him getting on the throttle, and then I can shoot off into the distance. And again, I get the better exit and I start to pull away. Now, this little one just shows a little bit where frustration kicks into things. He's been following me for quite a long time. He is quicker than me, but I've been defending very well and managed to keep myself just out of arm's reach. So we come into turn 1 at Hockenheim. He gets quite a good run. I break a little bit earlier than I normally do, but he barely breaks at all. Huge lockup. Now again, if I was taking this corner normally, I'd be a car length over, but I've seen this coming. You know, when you're in a battle, you've really got to live in your mirrors. You know, the going round the track bit should be very much in your muscle memory. And if you're in a battle with someone, you need to watch the mirrors because you need to know where they are at all times. And you know, if I had taken my eyes off of the mirrors at this point, and started to think about my turning phase without considering him here, I'd be coming straight across because I'm always on this apex. And if I was on this apex for this particular incident, we're having a really, really big crash. But we get away with a little bit of a tap. He spins round. I go off the track. Costs me a position, but no damage, and I'm alright. So the lesson to learn from that is in those positions, see what's coming. And don't just think, oh well, if he hits me it's his fault, or still try and take your apex. If someone is coming and you know they're not making the corner, move away from the corner. Even if it means you're going off the circuit, it's better to go off the circuit, run across the grass or run across the runoff area and lose a position or two or a few seconds rather than getting clouted. Now this one's a little bit of a longer one. This one went on for most of the lap. This guy's been catching, but you can see again, taking that defensive line. I've gone to the inside. I've then come back and squeezed him. I've managed to get to the apex. He's managed to hold a really good line, get on the curb. I got a little bit of wheel spin on the exit, which just gave him the ability to get alongside me. We then go into here side by side. Huge respect for each other, giving each other loads and loads of room. And because he's managed to hold around the inside, he gets the inside for this corner. This is the last lap. Normally, at this point, that's race over. But if you've ever seen me race in the Missed Apex Formula 3 races, I don't really give up. So then I take us side by side through here into the stadium, and then rather audaciously around the outside of that corner, which I took great pleasure from, I will admit, getting my position back. And taking what I think ended up being 9th, because that's how competitive a race it was. So let's go and break it down. So here we are again in the far checks cam. As you can see, I'm doing exactly what I did last time, which is heading over to the right hand side, coming back across. See, the benefit he got here was he braked quite a lot later than me, so it meant he could take the line that he wanted without compromising me, because again, look, he stayed off of my line. He's not come anywhere near me. I've come across, left in the rim. So what you normally see in a lot of these positions, a lot of these places, is the person in my position would have straightened up the wheel and drove straight to the white and blue. But I know he's there, and for me to cut him off is two things. First of all, it's not fair. It's not what you do. And second of all, he'll hit me. So I've turned much more to the right to give him the angle, which has given me some wheel spin. So it's compromised my exit, but it means we haven't come together, and I've raced hard but fair. But because I never give anything up. But look, again, he knows I'm there. This is really good awareness from this guy. He knows I'm there. He can maybe see me in his mirrors, but he's not quite certain if I'm alongside him. So at this point, he would have been well within his rights to take the racing line, but he's not certain. Either he's on a single screen, or he just hasn't got the best view of me behind him. Maybe I'm in a bit of a blind spot. so he leaves the room. So that's something to really remember. If someone is racing you and you briefly lose sight of them, assume they're on the inside and leave the room. So yeah, we go through here side by side, which is great. It's funny, it felt a lot more side by side when we were doing it. But again, at this point, he could have come across and covered the line, but again, he's not certain. He's not 100% certain where I am, so he leaves me the space. Now, what the problem is it's done for him is it's compromised his entry into this corner. So he's had to go much tighter into this corner, and he'll be much. He's had to go much tighter into this corner, so he's going to be compromising the exit. I know this. That's why I'm all the way on the outside of the circuit, and I come across. And my whole task here is get on power as quickly as I possibly can, and be on the power more than him, so I could overtake him. So again, look, he's taking a tight entry, compromising his entry to the corner. I'm literally as far wide as I can be to sweep into this upcoming right-hander, which means I get to carry so much more speed. I don't really need the slipstream, and at this point he knows I'm alongside him. So again, being the fair racer that he is, he gives me the space. I make sure I get to the inside as much as I can, try as hard as I can to run wide. I did pick up a little bit of understeer, but managed to hold him off. But obviously, him being on that rumble strip is fine. That's where I am. That's basically the racing line where the rumble strips are. And this is literally a case of who dares breaks the latest, even. I managed to swing around the outside, cut back across. And I'll be honest, I wasn't 100% certain if I was totally clear here, but I knew he wouldn't just swing it up the inside into there, because it's pointless, because this bit of curb here is a little bit treacherous. And then at that point, my normal racing line is well out to the left hand side of the circuit, but the last thing you want to do is go really wide, and he sends it up the inside. So I took a tight line just to get myself through, because then he can't get me through here. And that was that. So that's it for my quick video. I hope you enjoyed it and understood a little bit more about Racecraft and how you could become a better racer. If you want to see some more of these videos, please tell me in the comments and I'll make some more. Please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.